Hello and welcome to a special interview with Connor Widmaier. Today we have Mykola Senik. Mykola is a former English student of mine from Western Ukraine, and in today's interview he gives us an update on the current situation in Ukraine, as well as some books that have changed his life and his message for US and EU passport holders. I hope you enjoy the show. What is the situation like there? What have the last few days been like?
In Ukraine or in Lviv?
Specifically your hometown, yeah.
So it's safe, but there's a lot of thieves. You know, a lot of people who are coming from the eastern part of Ukraine and all this, like other things.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have patrol in the city.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Okay. And was this a surprise to you, or did you feel prepared?
Man, like I cannot even describe my feelings.
Yeah. I have to say, of all the people I know, I would probably want you the most by my side during a war. If you could tell anybody some of your principles or how you look at things, why I might feel that way, you want to elaborate on that at all? Talk about that.
You know, childhood and like my life. You know, it literally like my life tattooed me. It literally like prepared me for that.
Tell me, how did you get into reading, and what books have helped you the most?
Okay. Okay, so I started to read when I was like 16 years old. You know, I lived a very, very bad life. And yeah, I started to read. So I started to read like hundreds of books, you know, at once. And like in 2020, I read 250 books, but I read not very, very good books. But then I started reading the Bible, started reading philosophy, psychology, you know, and I found the answers in my life. So I read like hundreds of, I don't know, Plato, Socrates, Aristotle, Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, like everybody, like all those men, they changed my life.
How?
Like literally, you know, like my life beat me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Even like 1 year ago, you know, I had a lot of health problems. Like no one knows about it. Not my family, like nobody. You know, and I literally like had to deal with it like on my own. Like literally, man. I've got it now, you know, a lot of shit. And it helped me a lot.
The books.
Yeah, literally I found that like in those men, you know, in those warriors, I found myself. The thing is, you know, like I haven't started even to live the life that I need to live. You know?
What is the life you need to live? Describe that.
So, for example, you know, 1 year ago, I went to study in Kiev.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and because where I live, you know, people here, they are truly great people. Truly, you know, the most Ukrainian place in the world. And when I went there to Kiev, the capital, when I saw all those young men who are not like me, you know, and other people, I was destroyed, literally. I didn't know what to do. All my values crashed in one day, in one night, you know, when I saw everything. They were drinking, you know, 8 years ago. There was this, like, you know, on the Independence Square at Kiev, a lot of people died for Ukraine. And when I saw how they were drinking alcohol out there on those streets, you know, behind, like next to those people, when like those monuments, I was destroyed. I don't know what to do anymore. All my values, everything crashed.
Yeah.
Everything. You know, I lived there for 1 month and I came home. I came back. And after that, you know, I've been in such deep, man. You know, literally, you know, I started to read the Bible in Kiev and I read it for 5 months. You know, I wasn't outside at all. I was sitting home and I was reading every like for 6, 7 hours every day, man. it saved me at the time. But even that, something happened. I got to tell you, in February 2020, there have been a week where, I went to 2 funerals or 3 funerals in 1 week, and I understood that all those people, so I've been like, I read the Bible so deeply and I realized a lot of things, the doctrine, and this doctrine of hell and unsaved relatives, all the things the Bible says, it's so toxic. Literally, man, it crashed my mind again. I could not accept it. And after that, I stopped to read the Bible. And to this day, I've not read it.
You've moved past
like
it.
literally, there is a thing, it's titled religious trauma syndrome. You can look it up, it's real.
Religious trauma syndrome.
It haunts me to this day.
Okay. So how did the Bible help you though?
Like since my childhood, I feel like I was not accepted, and maybe like Jesus, all those stories, all those things, great human being who loves everybody. So maybe, my mind found the way to be accepted. That is as it is.
To accept yourself.
Yeah. To be loved, I found the way to be loved by somebody like that I've never seen in my life.
The feeling that Jesus loved you.
Yeah. It literally, it like drew me to the way I've never felt before, in my life.
Amazing.
Yeah. But maybe it's an illusion. My mind created this because everybody wants to be accepted and loved. Every human being. Everybody, man. There's no exception,
Mm-hmm.
Even people like Putin and those evil people. I think, I've studied hundreds of serial killers and all of them had bad childhoods, all of them.
I remember when you told me that, yeah, you that was a phase for you. Why, how did they become this way, right? That was your question.
Yes. So look, I gotta tell you, I don't wanna say specific names, but my, it happened in my life, and it forced me to study about the things. It forced me because in my family, there's some people who are like that, who were destroyed as kids, and right now they're destroying other people.
I want to ask you then, because you have expressed to me many times that you had a hard childhood. You just mentioned it before. You had trouble feeling accepted, and then that was what really drew you to the Bible, feeling that Jesus accepts me, which sounds beautiful. Okay, but how is it that you went from having a bad childhood to then finding reading and then deciding I want to be better, and then deciding I want to do positive? I don't want to follow that same bad path. What made you diverge from the bad path?
The first thing I would say that, where do you see how your mom suffers every day when you're a kid? It changes you, man. It literally makes you a warrior. I can't explain it to you. People who felt that, they know what I'm talking about. It makes you cannot describe it. And I feel so weak right now because, literally, if I could, I would definitely join the US military, because I found that the people who literally, I feel like it's home, it's my home, even in special ops, and I found a man 2 days ago who've been there in special ops, and I messaged this man. He told me that I asked him, man, what should I do? Am I living in illusions? Because for me to get there, I need 6-7 years, and I'm gonna be old. I'm gonna be 26, 27 years old. He said to me that I gotta stop to live in illusions. If you really want to be with those great men, you gotta, I don't know, join the French for religion or something like that.
I want to ask you a
And that,
question. Just talking about strong men, weak men. You know the meme that's been going around for the past few months, like strong men create good times create weak men create hard times. Basically,
yes,
do you want to comment on that in terms of the current world situation? How you see
yeah,
that?
yes. So look, I gotta tell you, even if there was no war, even people in Ukraine, we are much stronger than American people and European people
Why?
because we live in a bad life.
Mm,
Not a lot of people have like enough, and they gotta be wiser, smarter,
mm,
in this life. So basically, if you're born in a bad spot, you're stronger automatically. Like life makes you that, is literally like a combat ground, a combat ground for you, training ground,
yeah,
training
yeah.
camp.
This reminds me of a quote from Balaji, at Balaji S. Lack of necessity is the mother of degeneration. And yeah, what you said speaks to that.
Yeah. So because look, I about just one message to all the American people.
Mm,
So even men or like women, I don't care. I'm telling you, if I could be the US citizen right now, I would do such great things. Everything I want to do in my life, all my dreams, all my goals, great goals. I don't care about myself. I don't care about myself. I want to serve the people, and I'm gonna do that. Right now I feel like I'm the weakest, like, form on earth because I'm stuck and cannot do the thing that I want to do, and I cannot express myself. I cannot show people that I can do that because I know that I can do that, and they can do that, but they're not doing that because they grow up in comfort. They don't know the hardships in life. They've got everything. You know, I've asked people a lot about a lot of things, even about there's I told you about it. There's the Venus Project in Venus, Florida, created by this man Jacque Fresco.
yeah, you've sent me that.
Jacque Fresco, great man. And you don't even know about it. I know I've got a friend from Florida. He does not even know about it. If I could be there, I would. I applied for becoming a volunteer. I said, I sent a resume. I said, I'm gonna commit my life to that. Just please give me a chance. I can't be like anything.
But because you're Ukrainian citizen, it's probably a challenge, right?
Yes, yes. It's like
Yeah,
the only thing between even me and you, this freaking piece of paper
yeah.
that I
I
cannot.
totally agree with you. And I also agree that there is this, we do have a problem in a lot of generally rich countries of this comfort, which leads to degeneration and acceptance. Do you have any possible solutions? Because I know, looking back on my life, within the last 2 years, I came to terms with the fact that I felt really soft. I felt really weak, and I knew it was kind of my fault. And I've been trying to cultivate a strength against that, trying to develop responsibility and and become better. Can you think of any possible solutions for people growing up in these great countries like America, Germany, Canada, who feel weak, and how they can become stronger? Particularly maybe young men, but also, of course, young women.
I understand. I can tell you right now. You gotta train. You gotta do this and that. Life has to force you to do things.
Mm,
Even me, man, it literally forced me to do the thing that I'm doing right now. Without it, I would be dead. I would give up. I would be dead by now. I wouldn't, bear all the things. I'm telling you right now, I'm talking to you. I've got a lot of health problems, not like mental health, like literally, like my body needs to heal, a lot of things, man. It can affect my future, but I can't. I just cannot do that right now. So I gotta wait for it, man. I wanted to go to in September. I had to go. So I wanted to. This year I would take part in like 10 swimming competitions, open water competitions, to maybe through that I could find a way to get out of Ukraine. And yeah, I wanted to go in September into Portugal to swim there, like in ocean. Like maybe I can get there and maybe I can stay there illegally.
Legally.
And yeah, illegally, because I know how to get a PR in 1 year.
I hope
Yeah,
you can.
that's the only way. Yeah. So, and it's so, I like, okay, you, for example, you're living your life, I don't judge you. But I talk to a lot of American people who are just lazy, doing nothing. Feel so bad about it. Sometimes I gotta tell you, I gotta admit that. Sometimes I feel like I don't want to talk to American people anymore. I don't want to, because like I cannot accept it. I'll never accept it until I die. I'll never accept it that I cannot do something that I want to do in life because I don't have your passport. I'll never accept it. Never.
Yeah. I think though it's very hard to judge those people because just like you, it's hard to put in perspective how lucky. What am I trying to make with this point? Just it's very hard. I was that really lazy American person who didn't appreciate all the opportunities I had. And now I'm trying to make up for that and take advantage of as many opportunities as possible. But it's hard to blame those people because like we said, life has to force you. And if it doesn't, it's really easy to slide into comfort.
I agree. And, I know that when I come to the US, I'm going to be hurt by my own expectations. I lived very, very bad life in the past, very bad. I was going astray. I did a lot of bad things. And right now I'm doing the opposite. And right now I'm different, and I know right now what is right and wrong. It says here, but after, like there was a passage in this man said, but after reading it, he knew better than before that he was not mad. Being in a minority, even a minority of one, did not make you mad. There was truth and there was untruth. And if you acknowledge to the truth, even again, the whole world, you are not mad. The whole world can tell me that I am mad. My values are wrong. No. Because I know what I lived in the past. No one can convince me that I'm wrong.
What are your values then that you're talking about? And what are the values that you switched from?
Like I'm just looking for everything I'm doing in life. I realize that. I'm looking for honor, I've started to study Latin to like I'm studying all those philosophers, heroes. I just wanna feel like honorable,
To who?
like it's the purest, like to me. I wanna be
yourself.
Yeah, I wanna feel that like all those men, like literally. Like I don't have, I don't have a lot of friends. I have like two friends.
Me neither.
Yeah. No. I mean like literally, with whom I can physically talk to, physically in Ukraine. Okay, let's say in Ukraine.
Same.
I've got more people, more friends outside of Ukraine, abroad than in Ukraine.
Me too. For Germany.
Yes. And
okay, I want to.
I just cannot find people in real life what I'm looking for in those books,
I know.
and what I found in
the sense
those.
of community of people on the same shared mission to become honorable to ourselves. I really want that too. It's hard to find. It's hard to find.
Everything but pureness.
Tell us, this is what I want to get back to. What does the honorable man do? Like the philosopher king, tell me, what is he like to you, Mykola Senik?
you know. There is a saying that it says, actions speak louder than words. It's my biggest like desire, like to show people how to live this life. Man, like
Tell me, what are you going to achieve in your life that will make you have lived an honorable life? And um, yeah,
where do you see how you're like your like where do you know when you're a kid, where do you know that your father, he cheats on your mom? Like, I cannot explain it to you, this feeling. Like, you want to become the purest man in the fucking world. You want to become the something that people will never like. They want to be able to judge, that you're such a great human being that they cannot even tell your word. You're just smashing them by your actions. You're taking their souls, like David Goggins, this man said. Yeah, you're taking their soul by your actions. You're not speaking, you're not saying, oh, my will is this and that. You're just living, you're just doing your work, and they see,
mm-hmm.
I would live like this, man.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I cannot, all the things. Look, literally, my life, it like tattooed me. I was a professional football player before. Like, I played, football, soccer. Man, I had a lot of injuries, started from the age of 15.
Mm-hmm.
I had an operation in my knee, all the things. My teammates, they laughed at me, they said that I'm a piece of glass. All the things, I, I achieved like a physical, like the best firm in my life, and I failed again and again. And I had a lot of injuries. But then I became a beast, literally it like calloused my mind. They were afraid of me. Everybody. And to this day, man, they're afraid of me. When they meet me on the street, they're afraid of me.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, my life forced me to.
So, in a sense, adversary has helped you. You would say.
Yes. Without it, we gotta cease to exist without hardships.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot. It's impossible to grow without hardships. It's impossible.
Yeah.
There's no better way. It's why I want to join all those like great heroes and special ops, all the things. I want my life to beat me, to destroy me. And I want to come out of it and help people. That's the only way, I don't see any point of my life
Mm.
except doing this, to go to hell,
And I know
look,
you told
what
me
I'm
that
going to do
the
in my
honorable
life.
man would. You said the honorable man would speak with his actions, not with his words. But if you could try and touch on a sort of macro value system, anything that would be included in that?
I cannot tell you that. I'm sorry.
Would truthfulness be included?
I don't know what I'm trying to. I understand that environment and upbringing makes a human being, but I cannot understand. What made like I understand what made me, but a lot of people like me, they could become like serial killers, rapists, but I didn't. I don't know why. Recently I realized that I'm this INFJ personality type. I don't know, like, why. It's the rarest personality type in the world. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how? Like,
Yeah, I don't know.
no one is burned. Anything.
You think we're blank slates? No one
You're
is.
made. You're made. Everything. Everybody.
I would disagree with you on that partially. I definitely agree there is a strong environmental impact, but um, the example, like you have a brother, and you and your brother are probably very different in some ways that were always very different since your childhood. Agree or disagree?
Yeah, but I know why.
I know you have different experiences partially too, but there I I don't know, I'm not a scientist, but I'm pretty convinced that there is a strong genetic component as well.
Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah, but for sure, there is a big environmental impact.
Yeah, but even if I get out of Ukraine, I'm not gonna live, even if I get to the US, one day I'm gonna live outside of people. I'm gonna live with my family alone somewhere in the forest. Out of what I like, I'm tired of people a lot.
All right, Mykola. Let me get a last minute, just the message you want to give specifically to Americans, Germans, EU members as a young man feeling trapped in the Ukraine who wishes he could have the luxury of the passports we have. What is that message that you want to give?
So I think that all of you who live in those great countries, you gotta stop to live this soft life. Just test yourself, start to wake up in the mornings, 4:30, 5 a.m. every day. Start to train every day, twice a day. Start to take, I don't know, cold showers. Stop to watch pornography, because it's so evil. It destroyed my life a lot. It destroyed my soul a lot. Just find some, I don't know, join the military in your country. Just do something,
do something hard is your message.
Stop believing all the things, what the media is telling you to do, to live this freaking life. Delete all social medias. I'm not into that. I don't have any social media accounts, anything. It affects me. I feel like it crossed my soul. Literally, I've slept for 5 months on the floor. Start doing that. Sleep on the, hard mattress of life. You gotta do that. You gotta strengthen your everything, mind and soul and body.
So basically, do
shit. Look, man, I gotta tell you, the last thing. If you're not preparing, life is gonna eat you alive. I know that, every day I wake up and I'm preparing for life. Look, right now I'm in war, life beats me. It's beating me every day, every second. Health problems, child, all the things that I cannot do, the thing that I want to do, that I'm in Ukraine, I'm stuck. Life is beating, and it's gonna beat you, everybody. It doesn't matter where you're living, in Australia, Germany, I don't care. The greatest countries in the world, the US, is gonna beat you. Life beats everybody. It's gonna beat you to death. And if you're not strong, it's gonna eat your life.
Failure to prepare is preparing to fail.
Yeah, if you want a peace, prepare for war. There's a saying.
Mykola, thank you. I know the things you said today will be very helpful for a lot of people, and you've been great help for me to just
look. But I'm telling you, I'm nothing yet. Nothing. Zero. I've done nothing in my life. Nothing.
But I know you will do
great things. But I promise, one day, I'm gonna come back, and everybody will know about me.
I hope to see you in Germany sometime soon.
Man, if I don't do that, I didn't deserve to live, I'm nothing. I promise everybody, one day, we gotta make a new thing, I don't know what it's gonna be. Podcast, I have no idea, I don't care. But I'm gonna be different man, different person.
Well, you just filmed your first podcast episode, so now you're a podcaster.
Different actions speak louder than words, acta non verba in Latin.
Hey, there it is. Hey, bro, I gotta get running. It's 11 o'clock. I think that was a really good last point. is there anything that you're like, oh, I got to get this off my chest about the situation or about your values, about your hardships, anything you want to share? Last points? Are feeling good?
Just, like Socrates said, the last thing, the unexamined life is not worth living. All of you who are living this comfortable life, you're not examining your life. You're not. You're just living every day like kings. But one day, life is going to beat you. And you understand what I'm talking about. If you're not preparing for life, it's 100%.